Happy morning, children. Today we are going to study our next chapter, chapter 8, decimals. Decimals. You have already learned about decimals in your previous classes. In this chapter we will learn some more things about decimals. Now listen here. Here some fractions are given. First one 4 by 10, next one 5 by 10, 16 by 100, 42 by 1000. Here all these fractions have denominator as 10 or powers of 10. Isn't first one 4 by 10. Denominator is 10. For the second one, denominator is 10. Next one 16 by 100. Denominator is 100. 100 means 100 is same as 10 square. A power of 10. Next one 42 by 1000. 1000 means 10 raised to 3. It is also a power of 10. So all these fractions have denominator as 10 or powers of 10. These type of numbers, that means these type of fractions having denominator as 10 or powers of 10 can be converted as decimals. To convert this fraction, that means 4 by 10 to a decimal, first write the numerator itself. Then count the number of zeros in the denominator. Since the number 10 has only one zero, we have to count one place from the last digit to the left and then put a point. This point is known as decimal point. So we can represent it as 0.4 or 0.4. Both are same. So 4 by 10 is same as 0.4. The decimal representation of 4 by 10 is 0.4. Then what about next one? To convert this fraction to decimal, first write the numerator itself. Count number of zeros in the denominator. How many zeros are there? Only one zero. So count one place from the last digit to the left. Put a decimal point. This is the corresponding decimal number. 5 by 10, 0.5. You can read it as 0.5. Next one, 16 by 100. 16 by 100. In the denominator, how many zeros are there? 2 zeros are there. So, first we have to write the numerator itself. Then count 2 places from the last digit to the left. 1, 2. Then put a decimal point. So, 0.16 is the corresponding decimal number. So, usually to convert a fraction to decimal, count the number of zeros in the denominator, then write the decimal in such a way that decimal places are equal to number of zeros in the denominator. That means 0.4. Decimal place means here is only one decimal place. The places coming after the decimal point are known as decimal places. Here only one decimal place, 1 0 in the denominator. Here is also only one decimal, only 1 0 in the denominator, 1 decimal place. Here 2 zeros are there, 1, 2, 2 decimal places. So usually to convert a fraction to decimal, we have to first write the numerator itself, then count the number of zeros in the denominator, then we have to make number of zeros in the denominator is same as the number of decimal places. Now consider the next question. 42 by 1000. How many zeros are there in denominator? 1, 2, 3. But what is the numerator here? 42. 1, 2. Only 2 digits. Here 1, 2, 3. 3 zeros are there in the denominator. So we have to make 3 decimal places. For that we have to put a 0 in front of the numerator, then put the decimal point. Now 1, 2, 3. 3 decimal places. 1, 2, 3. 3 zeros in the denominator. So 42 by 1000 is equal to 0.042. Now consider this one. 1 by 10. We read it as 1/10. 1/10. And the corresponding decimal representation is 1 by 10. 1 0 in the denominator. So first to write the numerator itself, count one place from the last digit to the left. Then put the decimal point. So 0.1. 1 by 100. We read it as 1/100th. 1/100th. That is equal to 0.01. 2 zeros in the denominator, 2 decimal places. Next one, 1 by 1000. How many zeros are there? 1, 2, 3. Then the corresponding decimal representation is 0.001. 1, 2, 3. 3 decimal places. We read it as 1000th. 1000th. Next one, note. A decimal number consists of 2 parts, 1 whole part and 1 fractional part separated by a point known as decimal point. A decimal number consists of 2 parts, 1 whole part and 1 fractional part separated by decimal point. Consider the example 56.3. This is the 56. That is the whole part, and after the decimal point, that is the fractional part. Then next point, in a decimal, the places occupied by the digits after the decimal point are called decimal places. In a decimal, the places occupied by the digits after the decimal point are known as decimal places. Then next point, the digits in the decimal part are read individually. The digits in the decimal part are read individually. That means, consider this example 45.12. We read it as 45.12. Not 12. We read this as 1, 2. 45.12. Next topic, representing decimals on number line. In the last lesson, we studied how to represent a fraction on a number line. Now we are going to study how to represent a decimal number on a number line. Consider the decimal number 0.6. 0.6. The corresponding fractional number is 6 by 10. 6 by 10. Then 6 by 10 is 0.6. Then we know that 0.6, that number is more than 0 but less than 1. So the value will be lies between 0 and 1. 6/10. 6/10. That means we have to divide the unit length between 0 and 1 into 10 equal parts, and out of that 10 equal parts we have to take 6 parts. So here between 0 and 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I divided into 10 equal parts. And which point represents 0.6 or 6 by 10? The first point represents 1 by 10. That means 1 part out of 10 parts. Then second one represents 2 by 10. This is 3 by 10, 4 by 10. This is 5 by 10. And this one is 6 by 10. That take 6 parts out of 10 parts. That is the question. So this is the corresponding number 0.6. 0.6. And where is the point 0.4? 0.4. 0.4 means 4 by 10. This is the corresponding point 0.4. Next topic, place value and expanded form of decimals. Place value and expanded form of decimals. You have already studied. Let us revise it. The place value chart for a decimal number be like this. Thousands, hundred, tens, ones, then decimal point, then tenth, hundredth, thousandth. Value of thousand means 1000. Then hundreds, 100, tens, 10, 10, 10. Ones, only 1 is there. Then tenth. Tenth means 1 by 10. Then hundredth. Hundredth means 1 by 100. And thousandth means 1 by 1000. Now consider the number 763.925. We can represent this number in the place value chart as, then whole part is 763. So first we have to write the whole part. 763.925. 763.925. Now we have to find place value of each digit in this number. First number 7. 7 belongs to the place of hundreds. So what is the place value of 7? 7 hundreds are there. That's how place value of 7 is 7 into 100. That is 700. Then what is the place value of 6? 6 belongs to the place of tens. 6 tens are there. So place value of 6 is 6 into 10, 60. Then what is the place value of 3? 3 belongs to the place of ones. 3 ones are there. 3 ones. So place value of 3 is 3. Then what is the place value of 9? 9 belongs to the place of tenth. Tenth. So place value of 9 will be 9 into 1 by 10. That means 9 by 10. 9 by 10. Then what is the corresponding decimal form? 0.9. 1 0 in the denominator, 1 decimal place. Then what is the place value of 2? 2 belongs to hundredth. Hundreds. So place value of 2 will be 2 into 1 by 100. That is equal to 2 by 100. 2 by 100. 2 zeros in the denominator. So in the decimal form, we need 2 decimal places. 0.02. 1, 2. 2 decimal places, 2 zeros in the denominator. Then next one, 5. 5 belongs to thousand. 5 belongs to thousands. So place value of 5 is equal to 5 into 1 by 1000. That is equal to 5 by 1000. 5 by 1000, which is equal to 3 zeros are there in the denominator. So we need 3 decimal places. That is equal to 0.005. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 zeros in the denominator. Then what is the expanded form? Expanded form means sum of place value. Sum of place value is known as expanded form. So expanded form of the given number be 700 plus 60 plus 3 plus 9. 9 by 10. 9 by 10. 9 by 10 plus 2 by 100 plus 5 by 1000. This is the expanded form of given number. Now we can go through some questions. First one, write each of the following as decimals. Write each of the following as decimals. First question, 2 ones and 5 tenths. 2 ones and 5 tenths. How can we write it? 2 ones. So this is the whole part. 5 tenths. That means it is the fractional part. So 2 ones and 5 tenths means 2 plus 5 by 10. Isn't it? 2 plus 5 by 10. Then what is the corresponding decimal form? Corresponding decimal form is 2.5. Write the whole part, then put a decimal point, then write the fractional part. 2.5, 2.5. Then next one, 30 plus 6 plus 2 by 10. Expanded form is given. We have to write the corresponding decimal. 30 plus 6. This is the whole part. Ones is given, tens is given. Ones, tens. Then 2 by 10. That means tenth also given. First we have to write 3, then 6, then here onwards the fractional part is starting. That means we have to put a decimal point, then write 2. Ones, tens, then tenth. Next one, 200 plus 30 plus 5 plus 2 by 10 plus 9 by 100. We have to write the corresponding decimal. Ones, tens, hundreds. Ones is given, tens is given, hundreds is given, then tenth is there, hundredth also there. Then what is the corresponding decimal? 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 5, then point, here onwards fractional part. So, 0.29. Next one, 600 plus 2 plus 8 by 10. 600 plus 2 plus 8 by 10. Ones is there, then hundreds also there. Between hundreds and ones, tens is there, but here it is missing. Tens is not given. So, instead of tens, we have to put 0. So, what is the corresponding decimal form? 6. Then tens is not there. So, put 0. Then ones, 2 ones are there. 0.8. 602.8. 602.8. Then next one, 7 by 10 plus 6 by 100 plus 4 by 1000. 7 by 10. So, here it starts with the tenth. That means starting with the fractional part. So, first we have to put the decimal point because they start with the fractional part. 7 by 10. Then plus 6 by 100 plus 4 by 1000. Tenth, hundredth, thousandth. So, 0.764. Or we can write it as 0.764. 0.764. Next one, 108.56. 108.56. How can we write it? 108. That is the whole part. 0.56. 108.56. Next topic, fractions as decimals. We already studied how to convert a fraction with the denominator as 10 or power of 10 to a decimal. How to convert a fraction with the denominator as 10 or power of 10 to a decimal. Now let us see another type of questions. Find decimal representation of following. First one, 11 by 5. We know that a fraction with the denominator as 10 or a power of 10, we can convert to decimal number. But here, the denominator is 5. Denominator is 5. Then, how can we make this 5 as 10? The last chapter, we studied if we multiply both numerator and denominator with the same number, there will be no change in the value. Then, 5 into 2 is 10. So, 11 by 5, if we multiply both numerator and denominator with 2, we got denominator as 10. 11 into 2 is 22 by 5 2s are 10. 22 by 10. Now, we can easily convert this fraction to a decimal. How? Count the number of zeros in the denominator. 10, only 1 0. First write the numerator itself. Since the number 10 has only 1 0, count 1 place from the last digit to the left. That means here. Put the decimal point 2.2. So we convert this fraction to a decimal. Next question, 3 by 2. 3 by 2. Here the denominator is 2. We have to make this 2 as 10. For that, multiply both numerator and denominator by 5. 2 5s are 10. Then 3 5s are 15. 2 5s are 10. Now 15 by 10. Write the numerator itself. Number 10 has only 1 0. Count one place from the last digit to the left. Then put the decimal point. 1.5. 1.5 is the corresponding decimal number. Next one, 4 2 by 10. One mixed fraction is given. First we have to convert this mixed fraction to an improper fraction. 4 10s are 40. 40 plus 2, 42 by 10. Then 42 by 10. Denominator is 10. To get the decimal, write the numerator itself. Since the number 0 has only 1, since the number 10 has only 1 0, count one place from the last digit to the left, 4.2. Then next number 3 by 4. Denominator is 4. We know that there is no whole number that gives 10 by multiplying 4. That means 4 into no whole number is 10. So we have to consider 100. That means since it is not possible to make this 4 as 10, we can make it as 100. We need denominator as 10 or a power of 10. So 4 into 25. Since we multiply denominator with 25, multiply numerator also. 4 into 25 is 100. 3 into 25. 25 into 3. 3 5s are 15. 2 3s are 6. 6 plus 1, 7. 75. 75 by 100. Then what is the corresponding decimal? 75 by 100. 100. 2 zeros in the denominator. Write the numerator itself. Count 2 places. 1, 2. Put the decimal point. 0.75 or 0.75. Next one, 7 by 1000. 7 by 1000. 3 zeros in the denominator. First write the numerator itself. Count 3 places. 1, 2, 3. But numerator only one number is there. So we have to put 2 zeros in front of the numerator. Then put the decimal point. 1, 2, 3. Now 3 decimal places are there. 3 zeros in the denominator. So this is the corresponding 0.007. This is the corresponding decimal number. Next one, decimals as fractions. How can we convert a decimal number to a fraction? Consider the example 3.8. 3.8, one decimal number. There are two methods. First method, we know that the expanded form of 3.8 is 3 plus 8 by 10. 3 plus 8 by 10. Then 3 plus 8 by 10. Here what is the denominator of 3? What is the denominator of 3? 3 is only there, means denominator is 1. 3 by 1 is 3 itself. So here the denominator is 1. We know that in the last chapter we studied to add two fractions, we have to make the denominator as same. We need a common denominator. Then here denominator is 1, here denominator is 10. We have to make this 1 as 10. Then only we can add these two fractions. Then how can we make this 1 as 10? 1 into 10 is 10. By multiplying 10, we can make this denominator as 10. Since we multiplied by 10 in the denominator, we have to multiply in the numerator also. Then we got 3 into 10 by 1 into 10 plus 8 by 10. 3 into 10 is 30 by 10 plus 8 by 10. Now we got common same denominator. So we can directly add the numerator. 330 plus 8 by 10. 3 by 10 plus 8 by 10 is 30 by 10 plus 8 by 10 is 30 plus 8 by 10. Then what is the answer? 30 plus 8. 30 plus 8 is 38 by 10. 38 by 10. So we got 38 by 10. A fraction. We got a fraction. Then we know that 38 is divisible by 2. 10 is also divisible by 2. 38 by 2 is 19. 10 by 2 is 5. We can convert this fraction to its lowest term. 19 by 5. This is the first method. Now the second method, another method. This method is some more easy. 3.8. That is the decimal. There are certain steps. First one, write the decimal without decimal point as the numerator of the fraction. Then write 1 in the denominator. Then put as many zeros in the right of 1 as the number of decimal places in the given number. Then reduce the fraction to its lowest term. We can go through this example. 3.8. First we have to write the decimal without decimal point as the numerator of the fraction. We have to convert this decimal to a fraction. First write the decimal without decimal point as the numerator of the fraction. Then write 1 in the denominator. Then put as many zeros in the right of 1 as the number of decimal places in the given number. That means how many decimal places are there? Only 1. After the decimal point, only 1. So we have to put 1 0 in the denominator at the right of 1. Put as many zeros in the right of 1. Then 38 by 10. We can convert this fraction to its lowest term. 38 is divisible by 2. 10 is also divisible by 2. 38 by 2 is 19. 10 by 2 is 5. So we got 19 by 5. Now we can go through some questions. Convert the following decimals as fractions. Decimal numbers are given here. We have to convert them to corresponding fractions. First one, 6.4. 6.4. We can follow the second method. What is the step? First, write the decimal without decimal point as the numerator of the fraction. So, 64. Write the decimal without decimal point as the numerator of the fraction. Then write 1 in the denominator. Then how many decimal places is there? Only 1. So we have to put only 1 0 after this one. 64 by 10 is the corresponding fraction. We can convert this fraction to its lowest term. 64 is divisible by 2. 10 is also divisible by 2. 64 by 2 is 32 by 10 by 2 is 5. 32 by 5. Then next question, 0.04. 0.04. First write the, what is the step? Write the decimal without decimal point as the numerator of the fraction. For 4, here 0.4, that means 4. 4, then write 1 in the denominator. How many decimal places are here? 1, 2. So we have to put 2 zeros after this one. 4 by 100. 4 by 100. Then we can convert this fraction to its lowest term. 4 is divisible by 4. 100 also divisible by 4. 4 by 4 is 1 by 100 by 4 is 25. 1 by 25. Next one, 0.125. Then what is the step? First write the decimal without decimal point as the numerator of the fraction. 125 by, write 1 in the denominator. How many decimal places are here? 1, 2, 3. So we have to put 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3. 125 by 1000. Then we can convert this fraction to its lowest term. 125 is divisible by 125. 1000 also divisible by 125. 1 by 1000 by 125. That is 8. 1 by 8. 1000 divided by 125 is 8. So 1 by 8 is the corresponding fraction.